I'm Steve Platt, talking about the energy markets here for Archer Financial Services. With the crude market at a critical juncture here, beginning the third quarter, I thought it would be appropriate to look at some of the longer-term prospects for this market in terms of the supply-demand. We've seen some pretty major price moves in terms of the crude market, from the lows reached in February of just near $26 to current prices right near $46. So certainly the market has shown some strength despite some of the forecasts for significantly lower prices to evolve. I think it's really appropriate to look at the supply-demand side as we move into the second half of 2016, and that the market has certainly shown some strength reflecting that supply-demand prospects going into the end of the year, in that we have seen the burdensome supply situation, which had led to an unwanted buildup in stocks, actually see a more balanced situation evolve. This should continue to be apparent as we move into the last quarter of this year and the approach of the Northern Hemisphere winter. I think a couple things that we'll have to follow real closely here as we move through the year is certainly the demand side. The U.S. has been a real strong consumer of gasoline as we move through the first half, and I think for the second half that we will see the market show some strength linked to some of the heavier fuel oils, which had been dramatically weaker than year-ago levels. That kind of stability should help lead to some further gains on the demand side. The second is the emerging markets, such as Brazil, even Russia, which is a big energy consumer, have shown some strength to their own domestic currencies, which should help out their demand as well. I think as we move toward the end of the year, the supply side will also come under increasing scrutiny. Certainly it already has, with rig counts going up, but on the other hand, OPEC is starting to approach certain limits in terms of their production and supply side that could tighten up this market as well. So as we move into the end of the year and go into the first quarter, I think there is some potential for this market to show some further strength from this 45, 46 area on the crude oil prompt basis to possibly as high as 60, 65, and maybe even 70 as we move toward the second half of 2017. If you should need any other information on the energy markets, we do produce a regular piece on the energy brief and also some additional stocks data, along with a special report that we have in terms of the quarterly review. These are my thoughts and not those of ADM Investor Services, or Archer Financial Services. Thank you.